Hi guys, it's Monday. I'm not gonna go over the cards here. I think everybody knows what cards I'm using. If not, check back to me in the videos. Just gonna get right into it. Tonight I'm doing Capricorn. So I'm gonna see how much I can get through here, and maybe we'll get into some of the other signs that are left. Okay. So the first card I get for the Capricorn female in a single situation. So I'm starting with the Capricorn female single. The first card I get for romance is the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, okay, get my angles here. The Two of Swords is about blocking yourself from truly feeling, right? So the Capricorn female may be not giving her all in the relationship or not willing to give her all, is guarded, right? So we're talking about a single, but we'll move forward. The next card I get is the Footloose Fancy Free guy. This is the Page of Coins, Page Pentacles. So he's the guy that's really, I think I say the same banter in the video here, but he's the guy that he's got his coins, he's got his flute, and that's really all he needs to be happy. He's pretty simple, not really looking for too much complication. So feeling in that way, okay? So she's single and kind of enjoying it, not enjoying the fact that she's not locked down to anything, right? I mean, there's a male here, but the same idea. So they have their abundance to a degree, and they're not feeling, and I'm sensing too, this at this point, the Capricorn female is not really feeling like she's missing out, okay? And she may have felt that before. So the messenger card I get to go with that is 48, wash away your burdens. So she may be feeling as if she needs to work on getting rid of some baggage, okay? So she may realize, I think she was unburdened by getting out of a relationship, however that ended. I feel like being single is giving her a sense of freedom and also an opportunity to work things out in the baggage department. I think she's going through that, maybe not as a course of study, so to speak, but in a way that she's kind of slowly realizing that she really needs to go through this, and maybe hasn't done so in the past, but willing to go there nonetheless and figure things out, you know, autopsying that relationship, going back, looking over things and seeing what was what and what happened there. So, and at a leisurely pace. It's not like it's a project or anything. It's just things are coming up. She's kind of thinking it over and going through it. So being single, but at a leisurely pace, which is really good. Now, as we work down, I get into the tarot cards. We get the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is about all that sorrow and upset, right, from missing a relationship. Though I don't feel like she's down and out, she may have had a situation here that's kind of knocked her out. Like, meaning, I don't think she's letting it get her down to the point where she's out of the social circles, but feeling it nonetheless, right? The next card I get is the Ten of Wands. So that's all of that stuff that she was carrying in the past relationship. And I feel like this is more her energy when she was in it. Now that she's out of it, there's a little bit of unburdening here, but nonetheless still feeling hangover from that. Okay, and the next card I get for the messenger is Protect the Wild and Green. And I feel like that's the natural essence of a relationship. She's really flowing here through things at a natural pace. Oops, sorry, not out of view here. But going over it nonetheless. Like, some people, they're going to attack it. They're going to go, okay, what did I do wrong here? What was I into? She's really just going about it naturally, you know, going about her business, doing work, balancing everything out, but at the same time looking into it and feeling it out, you know, what was going on here in a natural sort of way. Hey, Adrian, good evening. In a natural sort of way. So everything's really organic for the Capricorn female. She's really just processing at a good rate. You know, it's not like she's bearing down to jump into this and figure out this or that. It's just slowly the healing process, right? So as we move on here, we have the Four of Wands. So that's interesting because the Four of Wands is really about that stability. And I feel like this was the partner she had. She may have actually thought that she was going to walk down the aisle, you know, or that this was something solid. Hi, Amy. So even though she's feeling unburdened with this card, right? Where am I here? She's feeling unburdened, footloose, and fancy free. I feel like the last relationship she was in was quite heavy. Like, I think she figured this one was going to be something of the long term. So there was some stability here. That's what this card's saying. Now, the other card I get here is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is really about clarity. And it's almost like really what I'm sensing here is that she maybe didn't know her partner as much as she thought she knew her partner that she had, that just, you know, got through the relationship. I think there was something that come to light here that was really a deal breaker, that really just couldn't get past it for whatever reason. The next card I get is, this is a very cute card. Love that you are different. Now, whatever that thing is, he's very confident in himself. Knowing that you're different. So that may be the key right there, is just realizing that on some base terms here, just there's things that you guys were just too different in order to go forward. So that's really what I'm getting, is that there's a sense here that there was a deal breaker, but it kind of came out of left field. So that's really the scenario. Now, yeah, I feel like this Capricorn female is actually in a state where she may be single for quite a bit here. And I think that a lot of this is really, like I said, floating through. So the love card I get for the Capricorn female is rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So, and this is this is really, yeah, worn out is the word I get. Like something, either the relationship wore out or she wore out within it, and maybe a little bit of not enough receiving on the other end, that kind of thing. But I feel like it kind of crept up on her. Just all of a sudden, things were good, and then all of a sudden, things just started to fall away, and it just could no longer go forward in the way that it was going. So that is the love card. So that is maybe a key to make. I want to say that the Capricorn female may need to learn how to relax in a relationship as well. With a partner around, I feel like they're the type that if they get into a relationship, they busy themselves up to a point where they're not communicating properly with the partner. That's what I'm getting. Sense of that. A sense of when they're not with their partner, they can relax. It's like they're hyped up when they're with their partner. So there's something there they have to look at. And maybe this is what it is. So when we get into our surrender card, we get surrender your fear of intimacy. It says you're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So there's a little bit here on the side of intimacy, and that's really, that would do it, right? I mean, because a lot of people, when they get in an area they don't understand, they tend to try to divert attention instead of dealing with it straight on. And that's kind of the sense here that I get from the Capricorn females, needing to settle herself a bit and work on her intimacy roots. Maybe that goes way back, right? So you have to figure out where that sits. So for the Capricorn female, single, like I said, I feel like she's been single for a while, and really there was no, I don't feel she regrets letting this go. I think it hurt her quite a bit, this past relationship that she had. And, you know, obviously the block is the fear of intimacy, but you have to realize that I think she stood up for her solidarity within the relationship, but I think she has a problem with connecting. So she kind of has to, you know, take this time to connect with herself, which I think she's doing. So I think it's all going in the right way. It's just a matter of time to let it all sink in and be somewhat clear about everything. So yeah, unburdening and going through, and I feel like she's going to be dissecting everything naturally, and it may take some time. It may take through into the fall yet, and if that's the way it is, I think that's okay. I think she'll be fine. So for the Capricorn female single, you need to surrender your fear of intimacy, and that'll help you get through things. And I think, yeah, you need to embrace the time you have at this point by yourself, the singleness that you got. And I think you are. I think you're feeling it and being quite comfortable in it, and it's all good and gravy. So, okay, so that is the Capricorn female single. So now we have the female couple. I'm going to try and shuffle. Just practicing shuffling here. Speed through it a little quicker. Female single. See what's going on there. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Kind of in a different setting, so I'm a little off. Okay. Okay. 2 more and I'm done. I'm not to come out. Okay, so the Capricorn female, we're coupled. Okay. Sorry, itchy nose. Okay. Okay, well, my hair should have tied it back. I'm just gonna mark. Okay, female couple for Capricorn. Just gonna get into it. First romance card I get is the Page of Canes. So the Page of Wands, right? So this is a guy that in this deck, hold on here, you get my proportions. In this deck, Been single for 1,000 years. So you're a Capricorn, are you, Adrian? Yeah. So you know what? I think as long as you're slowly processing and being mindful of everything, I think it's a good thing. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it's a good thing because it puts you where you need to be. Okay. So the female couple. The first card I get is the Page of Wands here, but I'm just going to tune in a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting, okay, it's interesting. I'm getting from this card, right? This guy, he's got all these flowers and he's looking at this woman and she's a statue, right? So it's almost like the female is gathering up all her love, right? Sorry, I keep creeping over. The female is gathering up all her love to put it in a certain area, okay? So she's really, we're talking about a couple here. So I'm gonna leave it at gathering up all her love and kind of, we'll go to the next card. Now the next card we get is the Ace of Wands. So, okay, wait, there. So the Ace of Wands is really that symbol of fiery, love making. I mean, you can see on the top of the cane there's a couple. So it's about getting together. And so for some reason here, I'm getting that the Capricorn female in a coupled relationship may be in a position where they may not have been, how do you say, getting together physically very often. And now it's like she's gathering up all her passion and kind of letting loose on her partner. Now, the messenger card I get is Follow the Moon. So that's about the mysteries and about things that are unsaid, hidden. It may even reveal untruths, but I feel like it's more things that are just being hidden from her partner. And it has to do with all the passion that they're feeling. And it's like she wants to go outward with it. And she is in her moments, but not all the time. It's almost like she's uncomfortable with the passion that she's holding. It's interesting what I'm getting here. So there's some kind of holding of the passion and spurring it out here and there. But we'll see where that leads. So when I get into the tarot here, the first card I get is the Six of Wands, which is really a victory card, right? We're talking about things that are, we got a sun and a moon there. So there's two moons here. So maybe it's just about things that are done at night, right? Maybe she's feeling more sensual at night, and during the day, she's just all business. Don't talk to me about sex and love. During the day, I got no time, but at night, she's kind of unrolls the carpet for her partner. So that may be what's going on here. Because a sense of victory when we're talking about love has more to do with feeling like this is a good relationship, feeling like there's a success here, and both partners, being of that mind, both partners enjoying. The next card I get is the World. So the World symbolizes completions, having things within the relationship cycle out. So you could have a full circle moment, meaning you may have had a lesson here that you guys have learned through each other. And therefore, that could explain some of the passion that's been going around. You may have gotten to a second plateau here where we're evening out. We may have gotten over something, really, like a lesson in the relationship. So working a little harder to please the other person. And I don't feel that that's uncharacteristic of the Capricorn female couple. I just feel like we've kind of hit a place here where, especially for the female in this relationship, she's really feeling thankful and passion, like it's bringing out her passion. It's inspiring passion, whatever they achieved in the relationship together. Now, as I move on, I get the Ace of Cups. So that's all about that, you know, that all the loving feelings, right? So that really, this is all the loving feelings. This is all the passion. So they're really, I mean, they got it made in the shade, right? There really is a lot here to work from. I'll put it that way. And then we have the High Priestess, which really, I mean, these kind of amp up each other, these two. Because we have the Moon and the High Priestess, really all about those things that are not said. I mean, look at, look here, whoops, here, we have the little symbol above her head, right? So there's something here that's hidden within the woman herself. Feel like she's holding back in some kind of way, but I don't feel like it's like in a hoarding kind of way, like I'm not going to give you until you da da da. I feel like it has more to do with the progression of the relationship. There's something coming out, blossoming because of the level they've gone to here. So the High Priestess is really just about all those things that make feminine. And of course the Moon, right, is in there highlighted. So secrets, wisdom, sharing of that. So she may start to open up more to her partner, be more, what's the word? Vulnerable. That's really what I'm getting a sense of here. That's the root. Is she's really feeling that she can trust her partner more to open up and be vulnerable, and that's really, really going to help with the relationship as well. So the next card that I get on top of that, the Messenger, is here, the Ancient Ones. And that is really, that's the intuition that comes through the High Priestess as well, right? Listening to your intuition and making decisions based on that. And I feel like this Capricorn female may not have always done that, but she's doing it now. And it's very rewarding for her relationship. Like it's very, very much something that she's moving forward and fast, right? So she's noticing the, how do you say, the bonus points that's coming through. So the love card I get for the Capricorn female in a coupled relationship is demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. And I feel like she's tapping into this. I think she's really getting to a point now where she's really understanding the value of that to a degree that she hasn't before. You know, going outward physically. And that's where this card comes in as well, right? The passion, right? Brings that in. And that's the demonstrating of the love. And it's all coming to bring more of this stuff, right? More of the emotions out in the partner. She's really seeing the link there. She's really learning by leaps and bounds by what's been going on here. And it really has to do with even just those little things during the day, like rubbing the back, even if it's 2 seconds, you know, at the end of the night. And I do get a sense this is a day-night woman. During the day, she's all business, but at night, look out, you know. And that's the thing. She's tapping into that, and she's realizing what 1 + 1 = 6 in this particular situation, meaning she's getting a lot of reward from just a little effort, and she needs to understand that. Now, love block. Surrender to joy. It says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. Do it during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. And I do feel like the Capricorn female is really busied up, especially, you know, at work. I feel like these guys are overworked and underpaid. Literally, that's what's going on. And I feel like a lot of them are really running around too much. But like I said, they're starting to understand. They take just a bit of a step back and tap into just a little bit. They get a lot of reward. So joy is a little bit of a block here. We need to watch during the day, our business selves, right? We have to tap into a little more happiness, and that too will reward us as well. Because I feel like she's being rewarded through the universe in her relationship for the effort she's put forth. Now she has to just give a little bit of joy in the daytime, and it'll round things out, and it'll be more balanced, and she'll be kicking in quite heavily. Because I feel like Yeah, joy being a block is also gonna, by leaps and bounds, show a lot of, what do you call that? My words are going, not perspective. What's the word? Like results. She'll get a lot of results from that. So hopefully that helps. But there's something that she's kind of sitting on, and I feel like that's maybe the realization of all of these feelings, these inner feelings, that vulnerability. That's really what she's kind of she has been sitting on for a while, but now has decided, you know what, I'm going to go outward, and the partner I have is trustworthy, so I'm going to do this, and that's what's going on. And like I said, she's very much succeeding in that. She's getting good results, and it's, you know, it's just blossoming. So it's all good. Good. Capricorn in a couple, female, she's doing really good. So a lot of good energy there and a lot of good realization. So hopefully that, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's all good. So that's good, good. So that is the female couple. Sorry, I'm a little off today. So I will shuffle again, and I'm trying to zip through everything here. See how many I can get through in this evening. Okay. So now we're going to go to the Capricorn male single. Capricorn male single. I'm going to turn here. Okay, and another card. And love card. I know, it's pretty boring. That's why I like editing so much. I have to wait for all this stuff. It is a lot of work. Okay, Capricorn male single. Let's see what he's up to here. All of my hair. I have no hairspray today. It's all over the place. Okay. Alrighty. The first romance card we get for the Capricorn male single. Watch what I'm doing here. I keep skipping one. Every video I skip one. So I'm going to try not to do that today. The first romance card, Cappy male single. Five of Cups. So this is the struggle and strife and arguments, right? Now, I haven't yet found out whether this is all in line, like, you know, face-to-face arguments, like that kind of thing, or if it's just internal struggles within both of them, and they're not like it seems like it's very external here, but nonetheless there's some struggles going on for this Capricorn male. He is he may be single, but he's struggling with someone that he's interested in, and he's having some conflict there that he just can't resolve. And that's what they said, can't resolve it. The next card I get is 14, Temperance. So we have where the man has to cool it. He is, I think he's very frustrated at the fact that he can't make headway here. He's trying, you know, it's interesting. They're going, look at the picture of the two. He's looking at her, she has no interest. Like it's kind of, they're giving me an essence that it's accentuating that scenario. She's kind of and he's, you know, trying to figure her out in a sense, trying to figure out what's going on, and there's something wrong here, something at a loss. Okay, now the messenger card I get for this mess is we are all connected. So there is something here, no less. These two may be arguing, they may be scuffling, but nonetheless, they are connected at a very ground level. Now, so there's someone of interest. He may not be in the relationship at this point. It may be an on again, off again relationship, or it may be just something that he feels connected to. He is not quite disconnected from yet. But there's quarreling and strife, and it is just not a good energy in the air. It's sitting there for this single. He's not happy. The tarot card I get to accentuate things, we have the World. So there's definitely a lesson here that's being learned. We've got a cycle here where, and they're going, he is not understanding what that lesson is, although it's been learned and put into our file folder. It's like it's shut and locked. There's no awareness of what we've learned here. There's just kind of a stubbornness to look at what won't open instead of looking at what we learned. It's like we're having a quarrel here, and we may even be on a break or have broken. But nonetheless, we're not understanding why that is, what's going on. The Capricorn male is really not understanding why this all happened. And I think he wouldn't disagree with that. He'd say, no, I don't understand, and she won't tell me, that kind of thing. But it's like the information is there. He just needs to sit back and quit trying to get that person to, I'm feeling like they're trying to get them to surrender to something, whether it's their opinion, you know, trying to get sway the other partner to their opinion, that kind of thing. There's a lesson here that's not being realized by the Capricorn male. Okay, so the next card I get is the Nine of Cups. And in this deck, it's kind of weird. It looks like she's kind of, it reminds me of the Seven of Cups, frankly, where she's kind of floating on air and she doesn't really know if she's in a dream world or in reality. And I feel like this is really that Capricorn male not quite being grounded with the lesson here. They're kind of caught up in a lot of stuff that's lofty, but not realizing what the actual lesson here is. So that's really symbolizing this through that woman. Now, the messenger card I get on top of that is Embrace the Feminine. And I got a man yelling right away, I'm trying to do that. She won't let me, like that kind of a thing. It's like this Capricorn male, there's something missing between his potential partner. I feel like they have broken at this point, but he's not giving up. He's not letting her go, like she's gone. But he's like, no, this is not it. I'm going, and she's gonna figure it out, and da 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 da. Like he's headstrong, and he's just running after her. But in the same sense, he's just trying to gather a game plan, but he just doesn't see the rule book here. He can't find the rule book, so he's got to figure that out first. He knows he's missing something. He just doesn't know what it is. So he's trying to get to her to show her that affection, but for some reason the other side of it's just not having it. So there's, again, something missing here. So the next card I get is the Nine of Pentacles. And they're going, that is the partner. That is the partner being footloose, fancy-free, very much in their own element. The Nine of Pentacles is about being single and enjoying it and having all that you have and independence, all of that. To a degree where it's hard to get this woman to be part of a relationship. And that's really what's going on here with the male is trying to get a very independent state of mind woman to be in a relationship. It's not as easy as he thought. You can't just wine them and dine them and expect them to jump right into your arms. It's not happening. And he's kind of wondering why that is. It's not getting it. So there's a very independent woman here that he's after. The next card is the Ace of Cups. So for whatever reason, there's a lot of love there. It's all there. It's there. And she seems to have within herself, she seems to have it figured out as well. There's independence. There's love. It's all good. She's ready to go outward. So what's going on? We get be vigilant. So there's something here having to do with a timing issue, right? This is the second card in the deck, and the first card is like the Fool, right? Second card is being ready to go in another direction, right? And so we have, I get a feeling that this woman, she's really in that independent state of mind. And not only is she looking, like when I put the cards down, she's really looking towards the future. Like, she's really looking away from the relationship is what's going on. Her cup is full, but she's not looking towards the Capricorn male. So that is the problem. But I don't feel like there's anything there to go to. I feel like she's just looking towards the future and maybe not interested in a relationship at this time. Maybe focused on work, maybe a work thing. But be vigilant is really giving me the sense that we just need to wait things out here as a timing issue. Something to do with time. And this male, I feel, is just not giving up. So let's see what the blocks are. Now we'll go to the love part. That's interesting. It says, ask for help. What it is you really need help with, be willing to allow yourself the support you need. So this Capricorn's really being independent in his own right, trying to figure out this relationship on his own. And I feel like there's a certain part of him that doesn't want to admit that he doesn't have all the answers. So therefore he's not going outward with it. But that's an ego driven, right? So if he just lets that go, sucks it up and goes and asks, he may rightfully get the answers he needs. It's just not within his sphere of thinking, his sphere of thought. That's what they're saying. It's not in his sphere of thought. He needs someone else to inspire that. There is an answer here, and it's very close to the surface, just not where he's looking for it. So that's really, ask for help and you'll get some good results. I feel like that's a key here to a lot of this. What is the block? It says, surrender to wonder and awe, open to the magic of every moment, and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to ecstasy and flow. So I feel like this Capricorn male is just really trying to keep things in control. He's trying to control things. And not only that, he's trying to, it's like he's manhandling this whole situation, right? That's the feeling I get. He wants it to go left, he'll push it left. He wants it to go right, he'll push it right. And it does, and it has. But now all of a sudden he's lost control and he doesn't know what to do about it. And he really, what he needs to do is let go, and go ask someone else's perspective. Because it'll open up some huge pathways here. So if he can do that, if he can suck up his ego and go in that direction, and I feel like he'll be very successful. But he may have to sit and think with that answer for a while. I feel like if he gets it, either he'll be resistant to it, or I don't know, it's just gonna be hard for him to swallow. He may be able to internalize it and intellectualize it and go, yeah. But to act on it, I think that ego is going to take a hit if he acts on somebody else. Why didn't I think of it? Why couldn't I think of that? Is that it? Is that what I need to do? Like, should I be listening? You know, he's going to have a little bit of a field day with the information if he does go forward with that. So for the Capricorn male single, there seems to be a relationship hovering here that he's lost control of and he's trying to gain back. And in the meantime, we have a strong, independent personality on the other end of that, that I feel like it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get. These two are very much the same. I feel like it may even be a soulmate type relationship, you know, a very high vibrational connection here. I think that maybe the female doesn't realize this and the male does. And so he's going like, you know, something's gone awry, but nonetheless, like I said, I feel like it's a timing issue. And if they just let go a little bit, like I said, the partner on this relationship is kind of gone. It's kind of out there, that they're on their own path here. But the male is just having a hard time letting that go for some reason. So hopefully that helps. So wonder and awe. I think they need to kind of take in their surroundings, be open to the magic of the everyday, be open to little miracles, you know, the little magic of the universe. I think that's really what they're trying to say. The attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And that's something that the Capricorn male seems to buck a little bit, I think. He's bucking that flow. But I don't think he understands that it's the flow, you know. And then the ego has a lot to do with the direction he goes. So hopefully that helps some Capricorn males out there get through, or at least learn to temper, because it's really about the temperance. I think, you know, like the picture, he's kind of got an interest and this woman's on her own. And so what do we do from here? That's really kind of sums it up, the whole thing. So hopefully that helps someone out there. Well, someone, the Capricorn male, hopefully that helps. I'm going to continue going here with, okay, I got to write this down. Capricorn male single. So we are going to move on to the male couple. Capricorn male couple. I'm going to see if I can make this without making too much drama. Okay. So I can shuffle here. Is that too loud? Sorry. Not quite. Here we go. So yeah, that's better. I'm not twisting my trunk so bad. So the Capricorn male couple. See what you got going on. Doing not too bad. Sorry guys, I don't want to rush, but at the same time I want to get through, so I'm not going 3 weeks here. Got a lot of stuff going on. It's hectic. So I want to get these out for you guys so you can work on them. Okay. So Capricorn male couple. I'm not quite done. Shuffling. You guys will have to let me know if this is making sense or not. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. Oh, good. Alrighty. Capricorn male couple. Fix my cards. Okay. The first romance card I get is the Two of Wands. So, hold on here. The Two of Wands is about, I feel like this is about appreciation from a deep sentimental place. You know, I mean, we have two buddies here, but it may be, because we're talking about the male couple, we may have, is this for the partner? Yeah, it is. Okay, so there's a deep appreciation for the partner. Okay, there's a sentimentality, but I'm feeling like he's kind of not going outward with that too much at this point. But we'll move on. The next card I get is the Strength. I remember this card from the readings. So there's a man here. He's tucking on the woman, and she will not be moved. So there's still, even though there's this sentimentality within the relationship, there's something that he's trying to get out of her that she just is not willing to give. And not only is she not willing to give, but it seems like the more she's not willing to give, the more he wants to get out of her. So there's a dichotomy here. Things are going really great and he appreciates her, but there's something he's wanting that he's not getting. Okay, so embrace the masculine. So that's almost given me the idea that it's the physical act itself, like there's not enough of that. Maybe he's not feeling like there's enough physical gratification within the relationship. There's not enough of that going on. Or maybe to his way of liking, something is off there. Okay, so the next card I get on the tarot side is the Star. So the Star is about hopes, dreams, you know, looking forward and onward and upward. So I feel like this male, he really does feel like he can get everything here. And I feel like the looking up at the Star is actually the male going, there's more here. I feel like he's really trying to get into his intuition. And like I said, there's something he's trying to get out of her that's like out of his reach, but he feels like, no, she's got it. She's got it. She just needs to bring it out. So whether it's maybe more affection, more physical affection that he wants to feel more secure, more passion or something like that, like he's trying to bring out in her. And she just, it's almost like, you know what, timing sucks. You know, like I don't feel like it. When you feel like it, I don't feel like it. Like that kind of an argument. So I feel like the Star is really him and the hope that he's going to get what he wants eventually. He just has to, and I feel like he's kind of got a cheeky attitude, like, I'll figure it out. I'll get it. I just have to give it, you know, time. And that's that hope that he's feeling. Okay. Oh, then we get the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is about giving up. So there may be something here with all of this stuff and this energy he's putting forth. He may get a whiplash. I'm saying whiplash, but backlash from the partner going, knock it off. I'm not giving it to you, and that's it, so let it go. So then he has to kind of abandon that for a while. But I feel like he's not giving up on it. He's going to come back to it. Let's put it that way. Feel like he's going to hang it up on the shelf for a while, but he's going to make sure it's there. You know, he's going to keep going back to it. So there's something here that, like I said, whatever it is, whether it's more passion or whatever, that he's trying to draw out, right? Because he's really trying, and this was in my reading as well for Valentines. I'm pretty sure it was The Capricorn male, he's trying to draw that out, but he's going to have to give up on it for a while here. Let's see where it takes him. So the messenger card I get is make the sacrifice. So yeah, the universe is behind the turning of the back, saying, you know what, just give it up, let it go. You know, you can deal with it at a different time, maybe. Maybe they're in support of that, but for now, they just want you to make the sacrifice, let it go. It's almost like it's creating conflict, and you may be a little bit in denial of the conflict that it's actually creating. So we have to be aware of that. So the next card I get is the Two of Pentacles, balancing. And I feel like this is about the male with work and home, family life. I feel like he is somewhat trying to balance it. I feel like it's out of whack, but not by too much. Not by too much. On his side of things, I think he's thinking, it's not bad, I've got it balanced. But if you ask the wife, the girlfriend, she may have a different viewpoint on that, I think. She may see it as more out of whack, the balancing the home and life, but that's kind of a male thing, right? Because they really need to be, well, do they need to be, right? So there's a bit of a balancing here that he feels like he's just about got right, but again, not seeing eye to eye with the partner on that. But as we move on, we get the Nine of Cups again. So, and this is on the partner's side. So there's something here. Yeah, see, this card brings me, I know it's the Nine of Cups, supposed to be the wish card, but it brings me to thinking that the partner is a little out of touch with things. So that may be just all that stuff that the masculine wants, right? The Capricorn male wants his partner to be more in touch. And she's really kind of up in her head about things and not quite grounded where he wants her to be. So there's the energy sitting, okay? So it's not just in this Capricorn male's mind. It seems like his partner is a little bit out of touch with what should be balanced and what isn't, right? So yeah, I think the Capricorn male has it right, but for now he has to give up on it because the partner's just not seeing that clearly at this point. Okay, now the messenger card we get on top of that is let the emotions flow. And this, I mean, is green, and it's all, you look at the water flowing from the woman's mouth, and they always tell me that's about the flow of emotion, right? And I feel like that may be part of what the Capricorn male, even though I don't think if you ask him, he would say, yeah, I want more emotion from my partner. But I think he would say, I want more passion from my partner. I need her to express to me how she feels so that I know, you know, because you may have here, as well as the single, the couple is kind of going, you know, I know you're independent, but do you have to be that independent that I don't know you're a part of me, right? So it's kind of that ownership that they may feel they have, but it's part that makes them feel connected, right? It's that part that, and they're repeating that, just don't be so independent within the relationship. So the partner here is being a little too independent within the relationship, and it's really having an effect on the Capricorn male. So he's really starting to notice negative effects of that. So that's really what's going on here. He's just wanting to feel a better part of what's going on. And that's all it is. It's just more affection, pay more attention to him, and he will be happier, you know. And you really don't have to go too far forward with that either. You just have to make a little bit of effort, and it will, like, I'm saying reimburse, everything has to be in money terms, but it will really refresh the partner and comfort them and make them feel more grounded in the relationship. So the male couple is just, I don't want to say insecure, because that's really not what he's feeling. He's very secure, but he just needs more affection. I think that's really what's going on. So the love card I get for the Capricorn male in a couple, physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. It might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. So this is really what he's missing, right? That's with a partner. So if you're in a relationship with the Capricorn male, this is what he's craving. Go that extra mile, do that extra, and you will see sparks fly. This guy's just kind of, and again, reluctant to say, but he's tried everything. He's spinning in circles trying to get her to, to inspire it from her, but she's just not getting it. She's really lofty in her head about other things, and maybe just a day-to-day grind, So she kind of has to be kicked a little bit and go, hey, wake up. Pay attention to this man of yours, and that's really what's going on here. Just give him a little bit of affection and it'll go a long way, that kind of a thing. So what's the block? So the Capricorn male, surrender the idea that you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try and fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. And I feel like, I feel like the Capricorn male, I think he's kind of misjudging. I think he's interpreting the lack of affection from his partner as a problem, as that may be a problem the partner's carrying, but it's not really a problem. I think he just has to really have faith in the partner to be able to deal with the truth and handle it. And not only that, take action from it. I think he's just kind of, I wouldn't say shy, but doesn't want to come out and say exactly what's going on. So he's misjudging and saying, well, there's something wrong with her, so I'm going to try and fix that. But it's not something that's wrong with her. It's just the communication has to be open. And the partner, meaning the Capricorn male, needs to kind of come forward and say exactly what he needs, and he may just get it. So this idea of fixing someone, I feel like that's kind of like what he may be thinking, but I don't think that the partner needs to be fixed. And I think that's something that should be discussed as well within the relationships. That's interesting. It seems like there's a shift happening in the relationship, and it's a growth shift, not like, it's a good shift. So I think while things like that happen, we have to be sure to communicate properly and deeply. If things aren't, if things aren't quite feeling great and wonderful, then you need to let your partner know. But not like and I think the Capricorn is sly enough to be able to do that in conversation and not be in a mode where they're stomping their feet. I think they can communicate quite well. So they just have to have more trust and faith in their partner to be able to understand that and key into that. So for the Capricorn male in a couple's relationship, I think he's just on his way forward. Both in that relationship are really moving forward, but there's a feeling of missing something here, and he's got to figure that out. It's not quite on his intuition at this point. So hopefully he figures that out. Okay, so that's the Capricorn. You know what? I'm going to mark my way back up the list. So the next one I have here is Libra. So we're going to go with Libra. And I'm going to see if I can finish that off through this evening. So Libra female in a single relationship, a single situation. We'll go see how far I can get. Libra female single. What's going on? How do we help them get through what they're going through? And eliminate love blocks. Eliminate and obliterate. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to flip everything. Okay. This one. No. So Libra female single. You see what your love blocks are so we can get rid of them. And love card. Surrender card. Great. Slow down, Sean. Sorry, I got very limited space here to work in. I'm trying to make the most of it. I'm going to choose a different spot tomorrow. Alrighty. Libra, female, single. Here we go. The first card is the Ace of Coins. So this Libra female, she is worried about her money. And that is taking first precedence here. She's focusing on work, trying to get that in gear. I feel like, yeah, she's not had luck in any other areas, so she's going to go with the money for now. Sorry, my nose goes nuts when I start warming up here. So the second card I get on the romance is, yeah, the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is really, he's that dude. And again, gender doesn't really matter here. He's the person that is all thought and no emotion. You know, we're lighting the candle, we're doing what we need to do, all logic, no emotion. So this kind of sits well with the work. We're just being logical, dealing with the work situation and going from there. So there's really nothing else getting in the way. Okay? Now, the messenger I get on top of that is trust in magic. And I feel like trust alone, that word, is very hard struggle for this Libra female to grasp. So trust in magic is like really giving me an essence here that there's something here that they've lost their trust. They've lost, you know, if they've kind of given up on things in that area, in the love area, you know, wanting to deal with any of that. The next card I get is the Hanged Man. So the Libra female feels to a certain part, and I feel like this has to do with the romance area, that she's kind of just hanging. There's something here that she's taking a break from, a pause from, or trying to get a different perspective on. And I feel like that has to do a lot with the work here that's coming through. Like the work is really, if she didn't have work, she'd be pausing and not knowing what the hell to do. I think the work has given her focus and time to focus on something else. So there's a relationship here that she's taking a pause from. Even though she's single, this is what's going on. The next card I get is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is that sturdy single card, right? I'm single, I'm happy, I'm fine. I've got what I need. I don't need to depend on anybody else. I'm independent, and it shows, right? So just that strength and ability to be able to be their own person, right? The Libra female, she's really feeling in her own element. Very good in where she's at. And then the messenger card I get is love that you are different. And I feel like this is part of the, I think she understands. Again, I'm going back to the relationship she got out of. I think that maybe the last relationship, she just was too different for that person to truly absorb. So that's why it disintegrated, was that there was too many people, or not too many people, but too many differing things about what was going on, like the relationship she had had. It's too much of a difference. Okay. Next card I get, sorry, all those things flying across the screen through me. Seven of Cups. So here we go, right? But this is potentially on the other side of things. So there's a Seven of Cups here. It's options. And I feel like even though she's focused on the work area, I feel like there's a lot going on in her mind where she's realizing, you know, I really do have a lot of options here. Even if I take, and they're going, even if I take the love right out of it, I still have a lot of options in work, family, home. All of these things need to be tackled. And I'm trying to, and I feel a sense of organization has to be done here. And the Libra female is not only focusing on work, but a lot of organizational things going on. She's trying to organize her life, really. And not just in work either. I think, you know, family, home, like just being organized in your own single self, I think is really, she's trying to, what's the word? Create, like, do the same thing every day so you have a routine. She's trying to create a routine for herself. Then we have the Four Swords. So also taking some time out to relax, to recharge, to reboot, right? This guy's supposed to be in meditation here, charging up that battery. So I feel like really when she's trying to organize and do all of that, I feel that's part of what she's maybe let slide. You know, there's certain things in her life she hasn't had organized, and now she's going to finally take the time to do that, but she's going to do it at her pace, not someone else's pace. So she's, you know, she's really going to make headway and feel recharged. It's not going to feel like she has to rush to get things done. It'll get done, and she'll do it in her own time, and she'll feel better for doing it. The messenger card I got is focus and then act. So I feel like a lot of this time to recharge and to organize, I feel like may give more of a headspace to the area she may be trying to get away from, right? Because we're dealing with the work, right? So we're getting all this organized to a point where it's going to be effortless and flowing, free-flowing. So then I feel like on the turn of all of this organization and getting her crap together, I feel like she's really going to be freed up to maybe go in the direction she was avoiding, which is the romance, right? So that's what I get out of that. Now, the love card is I love you. These are very important words. And I feel like that has more to do with the Libra female within her own self. I think she has to realize how it is she cares for her own self. And I mean, I feel like maybe for the first time, she's coming to a point where she's going to organize things like she never has, to a degree where she's doing it for herself, not for other people. So this really is a sense of showing herself that she cares. You know, it's like putting in that work, right? Because she feels she's worth it, and it will make her feel better in the end. So this I love you, I think, has more to do with self-appreciation and doing things truly for yourself. Not because you've been told, but because you really do want to, because that's how you're feeling at this point. And like I said, I don't think they've always had that appreciation in the past. I feel like the Libra female has been in a position where she may have had to accomplish these things, but not feeling so self-satisfied. When she does it, it's like, oh, I don't have any time. But now she's actually doing it for herself rather than for others. Hopefully that makes sense. So the block card, it says, surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. And I feel like that may have had, that may be why she gave up on things. Just something didn't go her way, didn't go fast enough. So that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. You know, I only have so much time. I got to move on. Away you go. That kind of a thing. So there may be a timing issue that has to do with certain things that she gave up in the past. And in order to move forward and get a good reaction in that way, I feel she has to truly surrender to timing. You know, timing is her block. If you feel like you really have to let go. Like for some, it may be a baby that they want and they can't have. So it's a certain amount of time. You got to let go of those strongholds. Like if I'm 35, I can't have a baby after 35. But then you get to 35 and you think, well, I don't know, this isn't what I thought it'd be 6 years ago or whatever. So you kind of have to give up to timing issues and just let things flow. So timing seems to be the block here. There's Libra females wanting to rush too much. That creates havoc. So hopefully that helps. Timing, let go of timing, timestamps, time, date. Have to have this done by this time, da da da. Just work on things and see where it goes, and don't worry about timing as much as okay, if it doesn't happen by this time, then it can't happen at all, that kind of thing. So hopefully that helps some of the Libra female singles. But I think at this point, they got a lot of time to themselves, and they're really, I don't feel like there's any time pressures. So at this point, I feel like they're really living that, you know, they're not sticking to timestamps anymore. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so for the Libra female in a couples relationship, moving forward, I'm kind of ahead of schedule, so I'm just going to keep going. Be stubborn and keep shuffling. Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so female couple Libra. Okay, let's come out. Okay, so the Libra female couple, last card here I need to shuffle for. Okay, Libra female couple. Here we go. First card. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is really, if we're talking about a couple here, we're talking about marriage, maybe an engagement leading to marriage here, or a marriage that we are feeling very grounded in. And that's what they were saying in the beginning. It's like, no, we could have some married here that are very grounded, very solid. Okay. Then the next card is 17, is the Star, right? And usually it's about direction. And I feel in this couple it's the same. I feel like there's directions here that we need to take things. I feel like we've kind of gotten to a stage where we've learned some things, some new things about the partner. It's kind of sparked us, spurred us on, right? This is the energy that's just passing this year. It's the new direction energy. But when you say new direction, everybody thinks it's out of the relationship. No, it can be absolutely opening new doors and new beginnings within the relationship. Almost like it's been a relationship for so long, but we're realizing things that makes it feel new and fresh. So that's really what I feel here. And then the messenger card I get is nurture all you love. So that's really taking the time to embellish, right? Embellish all that's good in the relationship, feeling that outward. And that's that another level, you know. I think if you were to take this couple and take them back a year ago, I don't think they would think they could be where they are at this point. I don't think they'd be going like, no, I wouldn't. You know, they may have thought they would even break up to that degree, but they've come to a new plateau and things are pretty shiny and new here, and they're liking where they're sitting. So good energy for the Libra female in a couples relationship. I feel like it's just really good, renewed source of energy coming from the relationship here for whatever reason. Now, the Seven of Wands. So that's having to stand your ground against opposition. So we may have had, and they're going, it's outside the relationship. So this couple as a whole, you know, we have the Libra female with her partner, them, here's my language, both of them having to stand up to outward criticism, both of them together. They're going, yes, they stood in solidarity together against others, you know, having to put up something here, whether somebody trying to cause havoc or whatever, what have you. But nonetheless, they stood together, conquered it together, and were in victory together afterwards. So there's kind of this celebration of that, you know, and that is really, it's kind of like that's what kickstarted this new fresh energy. It's like no longer were they fighting each other, but they were a team fighting others outside of it. They really had no say in it. I don't feel it was a huge thing. I think it was just maybe more of a surprise for the Libra female that she got the support of her partner as highly as she did. She figured she'd get support, but maybe not as highly and as effective and as powerful as. So that kind of really sparked some energy there. And then we get the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is about fire, right? That's the fiery energy. And I feel like that solidarity that they had within the relationship, that they had to stand up, really created, created this energy in the Libra female. I think she, it's not her element, but boy, did she get there quick when she had someone that had her back. And not only that, her husband, which like I said, I don't think she thought it wouldn't happen, but just not to that degree. It really fueled her, flamed her, and, you know, it got her going in a certain way, you know, towards the relationship, really re-engaged her in the relationship, whatever situation that happened. Now, the messenger card I get is honor the earth, Gaia, honor. So maybe, okay, they're going, the relationship itself has taken better root, right? Because this is a tree and it's got all these great things hanging off it. There's so much symbolism there. Well, but it's like, yeah, their tree has the roots have gone deeper and they're richer, and we got, you know, more branches coming out, that kind of thing. So it's just really a refreshment, and the universal energy is saying, yes, This is a good thing. It's all great. So then we have the Magician. So for the Libra female, the magician is just really that symbol of being in control and having all the tools. And I think even though she had them all along, she wasn't in realization that she had them. And not only that, didn't feel powerful in it, right? And therefore, if you don't feel you can, you won't. So now she feels she can, and she will, and she can carry that forward individually and in the relationship itself. Just all good, new, magical energy, right? So the Eight of Cups. I feel like this is really turning your back on what didn't work. I feel like within the relationship, we've let go of the things that don't work. What doesn't work? Holding your truth in. I feel like it has to do with a lot of things that the Libra female was holding back. She was holding on to things and really not having the faith in the partner to come through it, or not trusting the partner to react appropriately, or maybe just no trust, period, and no significant place to put that. But I feel like she's turned her back now and realized, yeah, these got to go. I got to start opening up to my partner, and I got to start, the back and forth. We have to create that flow, because that's really what has got them to where they are at this point, which is a really great, wonderful place. So the Messenger card, reveal your truth. So that's really that mask, right? And even though I don't feel the Libra really had a huge mask, like it was already off, she just had to keep pulling it away. She was holding back. So therefore, she wasn't revealing her true self. So that's really what's going on there, is just trying to make sure that she shows the better part of herself to her partner. So letting go of that mask. The Love card. Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things life has to offer. So that's that appreciation within the couple of who you are within yourself. So we may have some Libra females here that are really feeling, how do you say, more independent within the relationship, but in a healthy way. Realizing, yeah, I've got a lot to offer here, and maybe not seeing it on all levels. Now the partner's seeing it, making them see it, and illuminating all of that, and then it's just swirling around the couple, right? They're just realizing all the good that is here, right? So that's great. The Block card. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open the infinite nature of abundance. You can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams if you think there is a lot of abundance. So a belief that, this idea of there's not enough, that's your block. So you really have to mantra yourself out of that. Say, there is enough. There is enough love. There is enough trust. There is enough, things are going well in this relationship. So don't believe that it's going to run out. Don't believe that the trust will run out, or the time will run out, or any of that, because that's really what's blocking you. So belief in scarcity is your block. So hopefully that helps you get through that. And I feel the Libra female in a couple, she's starting to unravel that mask she's had, even though it's not a huge mask. It was there nonetheless. But I think she's really understanding now the consequences of that. And so it's just really just coming off in one foul swoop. She's just revealing herself like nobody's business, and it's working for her. So that's good. So where are we? We're at 8:30 here. I'm going to try and motor through the male single Libra. See what we get. I'm going to keep going. Male Libra single. Your love blocks. Reveal what they need to get over so they can move forward. Libra male Single. Blocks. Forward. Okay. Oh, my hair is driving me nuts. And the actual block card. Now, I use the Power of Surrender cards from Judith Orloff. They're really great to get underneath all this stuff, and not only in love either, right? Life lesson period. Huge. Okay, so Libra male single. Here we go. We're just motoring away here. Okay. The first card I get is 15. Devil. So we may be feeling chained. The male single, the Libra, he's feeling chained. Something attached to something that's not quite, there's a sense of freedom being lost here. So there's something going on. Then we have the Emperor. We have some ego issues. So we may have, right? The Emperor and the Devil. So this is huge ego problems. And I feel like this is not only a problem, but it's keeping you single. Okay? Is not realizing, there's no understanding that this is a problem, I think, within the Libra male. He's not understanding that this is a problem. Now, Messenger card, a new day dawns. So there's a new direction here that needs to be taken. Again, I'm not saying the Emperor, seeing that clearly, but there's something here that has to go in a new direction. And although I don't feel resistance, I just feel unaware. So completely unaware that there's something here that he's doing wrong, or that's not, you know, in the least bit right. So as we move on, I get the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is about struggle, you know, about, well, not necessarily struggle, but being fed up. You know, there's something here that they want it to advance already, and it's not coming. And that, I feel like that's, you know, on the heels of wanting a relationship. They're putting what they figure is effort in, but it may be not received in the right way. And we get the Eight of Wands, which is speed, you know, travel. They may be going in a direction where they're saying they're trying to hurry things too much, to a degree that it's becoming this, you know, they're getting so caught up in the speed of things that it's coming off as devilish, especially to potential partners. And I feel like in the past it's been very obvious to them, though maybe he's not realizing that. So slowing things down will help. Now, the Messenger card I get is love without condition. So that really has to do with letting people be who they are. And I think your intuition, I don't know that you're listening to that. I feel like your ego is taken over, And I feel like you're on a bit of a journey here before you realize that you're kind of canceling out the intuition, right? So love without condition is really going to free you up for making some mistakes. But I feel like there's a bit here, especially with this card, that's showing, you know, kind of wanting things to be a certain way and waiting for it's not happening, but not being content with the way that things are. So you kind of have to loosen up on that a bit. The next card I get is the Three Swords. So it's right, heartbreak, sorrow, resentment. They're going, no, not resentment. Heartbreak, sorrow, sadness, right? It's this, all this effort he's putting forth, he's not getting anything out of it. That's what's going on here. Male single, he's putting effort forth, but yeah, it's not coming out. And then the Six of Swords is kind of turning and running in the other direction. Now the messenger card we get is see the truth. So this really is that situation where he's sitting there going, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm not getting anywhere. And now he's kind of turning his back on love and going, I've kind of had it. I've been hurt so many times. I've had enough. I'm taking off, and I don't want no more to do with love. This is what he's doing, right? But he's not really going intuitively. He's going inside and looking for answers from his ego, and he's not getting it. So he needs to go and see the truth, which is the intuition. And he's, like I said, I think it's going to be a while till he sees that, because he's just not looking in the right area. I don't feel like he's in denial. I just feel like he's completely unaware. He's jumping in a direction, and I feel like not long ago, like last winter, he was doing okay. He was flying high, but he just didn't realize in a mindful way what he was doing, so therefore he couldn't repeat it. Now he's repeating, but he's going with the wrong voice. He's going with the ego voice, which is really the devil on your shoulder instead of the angel, right? The angel is that intuition. So that's what's going on here. He's following the wrong voice. It's gonna get him into trouble. It is getting him into trouble. It's gotten him heartbreak, but he's just not understanding. He's not connecting the dots here, not understanding. So where do we end up? The love card. Express love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. I remember I got this a while back. And sometimes that could be superficial, but I feel like this may unlock a few secrets for the man if he really goes outward. That's really, whether it's in touch, in presence, in mind, in thought, in heart, you have to kind of go out and go forward and express through something. And I feel like this may be the ticket for this man to understand, because he's an air, right? And he may be doing a lot of talking with a lot of these people that are giving him heartbreak, but he's like, I don't understand. The talk doesn't match the walk, right? They're walking away from me, but they're talking towards me. What's going on? So that's, maybe you have to express yourself a little more outwardly through gifts, okay? And then the block card we have is surrender your belief in scarcity. So yeah, I'm getting that energy too, is really that feeling like like either there's not enough single women or not enough in his group that he wants, they're not beautiful enough, not whatever enough, not enough, period. So surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. Then you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So quit feeling like there's not enough women for you, or not enough options, or not enough whatever, whatever it is that you're trying to get a hold of. You're feeling there's a lack of it, therefore it shows up in that way. So that is your block. Surrender to your belief in scarcity. So that's that thing of either time running out, or that person running out. It's almost like I'm getting a sense that he's watching his buddies all get girlfriends or all get partners, and then he's going, yeah, and then there's nothing left for me, like that kind of a thing. So and it has to do more with there's no nice ones out there. They're all taken, they're all married, or that's the mentality they're saying. It's yeah, they're all married, so they're all gone. There's none, and it may be an age thing where he's thinking too, at my age I can't, whatever. So that is your block, so let it go, and that will bring more of that good energy in to help you manifest better partner. Because if you don't believe they're there, that is what's going to happen. They won't show up for you because that is the energy that you're carrying. So hopefully that helps. The male single, Libra. Move forward. Just mantra yourself, there's enough for me and all my buddies. And there's extra to go around. So now we are on the Libra male couple. Let's see what goes on here. Libra male couple. Whoop. Shuffle. Check the next one. Okay. Tedious. Shuffling is tedious. It has to be good. Okay, spin your card. Alrighty, last block for the night. We are at the Libra male couple. Hopefully I didn't skip any. I don't think I did tonight. Okay. The first romance card we get for the Libra male in a coupled relationship is his element, but we have a page. We have a page of swords, so page of air. So this guy, again, no emotion, just logic and in his head, and we're thinking and we're making decisions from our head, not our heart. Now, the next card I get is the Sun. So this is doing us good. It's making us happy and it's going with the flow, so everything's good. Now, the messenger card we get on top of that is challenge your perception, okay? So that really, that has to do with the head and heart thing. We have to challenge. Though we've gained a lot of wisdom, right? Listening to our head here. We've gotten through a lot of messes. If we would have let our heart drag us down, we wouldn't have got this far. But we now have to start infusing that heart lightly in there so that we can start making decisions from it. And it's going to feel very uncomfortable for this Libra male. He is not going to want to do this. But this is something he has to challenge. This is the perspective he needs to challenge to get further, to break out of the mold, right? We've kind of figured this all out and it's kind of humdrum. We're in a coupled relationship, but we have to kind of break free of this strain of no emotion, right? And I feel like in the coupled relationship, we have to kind of, we got to get to that next plateau. And we're not quite there. I think we're gliding on autopilot here for this guy. Not that anything's going wrong, but we need to challenge and move forward in a better, stronger, deeper way, right? So the first card I get on the tarot side is the Ten of Wands. So there may be some burdens upon the relationship here that you guys are dealing with that is really preventing you from getting any closer in an emotional sense. So that just keeps you guys both in your logic. And I feel like for the most part, your partner's along with you for that. You guys, I mean, that's what attracted you, is that logic and that sense. But both maybe for a period of time here, we need to dip into something more. So the burden's there to realize that we're burdened a little bit here. Then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a fiery energy, right? A little bit out of your element. Now, he's going in the direction of his I'll show you how it's on the thing here. Going in the direction of his burdens. So he's trying to lift those, right? Get rid of them. Maybe not get rid of them, because sometimes we have families, burdens, whatever, but we're trying to realize them and make them a little lighter, so that we do have more time. And I feel like it's for the relationship. We're trying to unburden, or what's the word? Get other people to do things. What do you call that? Delegate. Trying to delegate to get some of that burden off. At least get five of them off, and it'll be better, right? Because then we can redirect that energy that we would have had in those things to the relationship. And I feel like that's the priority here. I feel like the Libra male is really trying to prioritize more time for the relationship. So the card I get for the messenger here is stay strong. So they may be coming across a few roadblocks here. I don't think the Libra male is really just gonna, because he decides he's gonna alleviate some of these burdens, that they're just gonna go. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but the universe saying don't give up so easily, like keep going, stay strong and go in that direction, because you will make headway. It just may take a little more than you think, right? You're in air, but you're gonna have to get into your fire element to really knock those things down. The next card I get is the Six of Cups. So that's being off in your head, and I feel like this is your partner, Libra male. I feel like they're kind of in a dreamland, and I'm getting a sense that they have time to do that. They realize, I think, that you're busied up and you don't have time, so they're just kind of in their head because that's the only option they have in that way. Okay. And then I get the Queen of Cups, and it's interesting because she's pointing away from the whole reading. So there may be some, you have some dream time here where you're putting all of your imaginary effort, and it may just be in a daydream kind of way, but it's away from the relationship. I don't think it's anything devious. I just think your thoughts are somewhere else, okay? Maybe not on someone else, but somewhere else, thinking of, whatever, I don't know, or just getting caught up in things and letting it take you off into la la land there. And then it says, let go of the old is the messenger card. So that's that energy, that's that air energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if this couple here, that I'm getting a sense that we have a couple here that is two airs. They're two airs, so they get along so well that they're kind of not spurring for anything more, because they know each other so well. So they need to kind of dig into there. And there's some things here we need to get rid of, and that's coming from our head so much. We have to dip into our heart a little more and get into there. And rest and relaxation is the love card I get. It's essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So, and I feel like this is definitely for the Libra male. He's overworked and he needs to take a break. And a lot of that is that burdening, and that's why he's overworked, is he's trying to figure out where to put all this stuff so that he doesn't have to deal with it anymore. Trying to delegate, right? So he's being overworked in that. So take some time to rest, and the answers may come to you quicker than you perceive. So when you're frustrated and you're kind of coming up against barriers, maybe just let it go for a while and just glide and take your break and see if that doesn't help things. Now you're blocked. The Libra male. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. And in that way, right, playing it small is like going from the head, because that's only things that we can perceive. The heart is endless. The heart can go to so many places the head can't, because we're boxed into logic, right? We're boxed into all those things that make sense, right? But there's a lot of things out there that make sense that don't make sense that could really fulfill us. And I don't mean that in a crazy kind of way. I mean it like it's not in the logic. Oh, I don't think I could do that, but yet you can, right? It's out of the box. So surrender to your full power, and that's really just opening up to that next level in the relationship, next level, you know. And I feel like you're striving for a lot of the things you need to strive for, but you may get lost in that mix, like trying to get unburdened. You're going to get lost, frustrated, angry, and then it takes it out in the relationship, that kind of thing. So beware of that. There's a little bit of, you'd lose our temper over this trying to get, which is kind of an oxymoron. We're trying to get more closeness within the relationship, and we're trying to go out and unburden ourselves, and in that we get mad, and then we take it back out on the partner. So be aware there's a little loop there that could happen. But your full power is waiting for you to kick into it. So that is really your block, is that you're not kicking into all that you are. And I feel like that's attached to your heart center. I feel like we're very mind, logic, business sense. We got that down, but we got to dip into different areas that are not so obvious to us, right? The air element, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch to realize. And like I said, I think your partner is also, there's some partners out there that are also air. So it's going to be hard as a couple to reach into that. But it all starts with some rest and relaxation, and then maybe get into your instinct, which is your heart, really. And look in there and see what that can come up with, what really nourishes, and then know what to let go of. You know what things aren't working, or they've worked up to now, but what can you do better, right? That kind of a thing. Kind of awaken your partner. And like I said, that fiery energy, just be careful you don't get lost, getting frustrated, trying to make the relationship work, because it just kind of, sometimes you just need a break to fall back and go with the flow. So hopefully that helps. Managed to get through 2 tonight here. So that was for the Libra male in a couple relationship. So I will shut her down. Thanks for all who came in. And yeah, I will continue as long as I get them done. So I only have 4 more to go. So if I'm good, and I might be able to knock them off in the next 2 days here. So take care, have fun, and be kind. And we'll see you in a day.